PitchME, Tehnopol Startup Incubator, empowering founders as well as PitchME podcasts.
Welcome, Karl. PitchME.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Karl from Raiku Packaging, and as the name implies, then we develop and produce absolutely new packaging material that is 100% natural and compostable after its end use. And why we think this is a necessary approach is by analyzing the industry and the sector at the moment. Packaging is a massive 1 trillion industry. We need packaging material for all the products that we ship around the globe. But the problem is currently that these materials are not recycled. Even, let's take European Union, even with EU's high ambitions and goals that by 2030, around 70% of the packaging will be recycled. Then this means that this 30% that is not recycled is still a massive source of pollution. That means tens of millions of tons of packaging waste every year. So basically, Europe and the world has accepted that we will have this packaging problem for the next decades. And, this takes us to Raiku Packaging, actually, that we understood that humans are not capable of recycling it for the next decades. So we need actually safe and harmless packaging material that the nature can recycle itself. So we use very efficiently the resources. Our only raw material is wood, and we give wood 15 to 20 times more volume. So we turn 1 cubic meter of wood into 15 to 20 cubic meters of packaging material. And we also don't need a lot of water or energy, and we use absolutely no chemicals in the process. So both the production as well as the product are totally clean, and whatever happens to it, whether it ends up in nature, in incineration, in landfill, is actually a safe material, not this biodegradable in industrial means, etc. And that's in short about Raiku, about its product. And where we are at the moment is that we've already started to produce. And now we are putting together the scale-up plan that next year we will plan to considerably increase our production capabilities.
Thanks, Karl. What's the rocket science behind it? Why it hasn't been done before?
Yes, actually, that's the main idea of this thing, is that I have this awesome co-founder, Ryan, who is this ingenious inventor type of person. And he just came up with this idea that basically you just take a raw material, let's say this wood, and you give it this spring structure to it. And you don't need, the main idea is that it's not a rocket science, but the process itself is as simple as possible. And through this, you actually have the most sustainable production as well. Because if you need times less water and energy and raw material, then it also means that, it both makes sense from business point of view, as well as from unit economics point of view, as well as both the low carbon footprint as well. So the process in itself is called thermomechanical production process. Okay. So you add some heat and you give the spring structure to the wood. Okay,
interesting. Can you use the recycled wood, or does it need to be virgin from the forest?
Yes, we take basically virgin from the forest. But we've analyzed that, for example, compared to paper and carton, we need 10 times less wood. So it still, by 10 times, helps against the deforestation that is currently the main packaging material. But the idea started from using veneer industry's leftovers. And we hope to get back on this track. At the moment, these pieces of leftovers are so unstandardized that we don't have as smart machinery currently. But that's why we're working with Tallinn Technical University science teams, that we add machine vision as well as automation in there, so that it would be possible perhaps in the future.
To reuse. Okay, that's cool. How far are you in the process? I mean, you said that you have some manufacturing already, planning to go bigger next year, but what's that some manufacturing?
Yeah, so it's basically, we're in the cubic meters of production at the moment. It still means some hundreds of or even thousands of packages sent every month by our customers. But on a very large scale, or by looking at the packaging need, then it's super small pilot production. So we're currently in the finishing or still in the development zone of our machinery, but we already have started production as well with some of our first products. So for 1.5 years of intense development, that's for hardware, it's still pretty good.
Absolutely. The next year's launch of the new factory.
Yeah, it could be, but we have to be realistic that setting up absolutely new technology and hardware, and even if you buy in all of the machinery and it wouldn't be your own technology like we have, then it would still take some time to set up. So realistically, we would have the pilot plant up and running in 2 years, perhaps.
Okay.
But we will be increasing that production little by little because our machinery is like modular build, so we can add up, not just have like one very large line.
How difficult it is to raise funding for a project like this?
Well, currently, why we are in a good zone is that we focus on a lot of goals that are important for European Union as well as Estonia, for example, as well. So wood industry, lowering CO2 footprint, smart industry, optimization. So it falls under many categories. And because of that, we apply for many grants as well. So, for example, our funding is 70% is grants and 30% is investors. And that can help us leverage and move faster, basically, in this sector. So currently, we are in a good position where investors actually come to us at the moment. So I know it might be a little bit more difficult in the market at the moment, but as long as you realize like your goals and your milestones, then I find that capital is still there on the market.
What are your next milestones?
Next milestones is that we are waiting for some bigger decisions from European Commission, and we're talking to current seed investors, and that helps us get to the next phase where we actually want to set up the pilot plant next year. So this is one of the main goal of classic startup funding or those phases. But in the meantime, we're increasing production and finalizing the machinery in our development place.
And pilot plant will be where?
First one will be in Estonia, but since we give so much more volume to the raw material, then it means that we're basically shipping air, and we need to bring this modular factory closer to Europe. So we're at the same time, whereas we're doing this pilot factory in Estonia, then we actually want to move closer to the actual clients and where the interest is and where the logistics and shipping is. For example, let's say France, Germany, Scandinavia, depends on the plant size, but it has to move closer to the clients.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Thanks so much, Karl.
Thank you.